What's up, everybody? It's Sid and Millie back with another episode.
Yes.
Well, if you've been keeping up with us, you know we've been doing World Cup recaps.
Yeah.
So, big game tonight, Millie, that we're going to chat
Facts.
about.
Facts. Lots of
Um,
controversy. Yeah.
Lots of controversy. Okay,
Yeah.
so who did we watch?
Oh, we watched the Belgium versus United States game, or the U.S. Belgium game, in the World Cup. It was a round of 16 match, which had a lot of implications surrounding it. And so, yeah, it was a pretty big game, I guess, initially, like in the build up to the game. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what are your thoughts on that? On the red card,
Yeah, I mean, again,
rescind, basically.
yeah,
Yeah.
again, I did not think it was a red card. I definitely think VAR needs to be reviewed in the way that it is utilized, especially in match. I think, slow motion can definitely take things out of
Mm.
context. In the context of the football match matters when it comes to these calls. So far as that goes, I can definitely say that VAR needs to update its systems. We need to take away the slow mo, let the ref watch it again in real time so that the context of the play can be taken into account before a straight red card is given.
Okay,
Because
fair.
super slow mo, it's just a bit
It takes a
ridiculous.
lot out of context, like you
100%.
said.
Needless to say, it was a dangerous play. The guy's ankle could have broken in that situation. So a red card was warranted because a dangerous play warrants a red card per the rule book,
Point
right?
blank period.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter if it's accidental. If you almost break someone's leg, you're most likely going to be sent off,
Yeah, of
unless it's like
course.
completely accidental. But again, like you can argue that he didn't need to be trying to, play on that. But
Right.
regardless, he did have a right to.
Okay,
Yeah.
so with that in mind, with
Hmm.
like kind of the context that maybe the red card was a bit like overzealous,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts then on FIFA taking it back? Even
Blasphemy.
okay, so
Absolute
even though the red
blasphemy.
card wasn't necessarily
Yeah.
correct.
I mean, in this situation, again, the red card was given. VAR supported this decision, sent the referee to observe it, and the center ref made a decision. It was then reviewed after the match and upheld after the match. Therefore, the red card stands.
Okay.
If a country appeals the decision, like we see in the Premier League, maybe the suspension doesn't go for the entire time. Maybe they shorten the suspension or something. But again, to have the entire suspension rescinded, or not even rescinded, to have the suspension suspended temporarily for
Mm.
after the tournament due to a phone call with a political leader of a country, especially a host country of the tournament, it's absolute blasphemy. It is a fireable offense for the FIFA president. It is a sackable offense for all people that were
Mm.
involved in this transaction happening, and as well as the United States men's soccer team should be at risk for participating in tournaments in the future due to this corruption. There is absolutely no circumstance in which a government of a country should be getting involved in a sporting event to the extent of getting a suspension pushed back or whatever it may be. It's just unacceptable.
Yeah.
And for FIFA, again, never beating the corruption allegations, we know they haven't fully dealt with that issue internally. But yeah, it's just unacceptable. It definitely, UEFA released a comment about this as well. UEFA is like the other big sporting
Okay,
body. They
right,
run like the
okay.
Champions
Oh,
League and the
they made a
European.
comment because they
Yeah,
also had done something with the what was it, the Somali ref who wasn't allowed in the country, right? They
yeah,
did.
exactly. Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah,
they've
yeah.
also commented on this.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what
They
did
essentially
they?
said that FIFA has crossed a red line by suspending the red card in tournament. And
Mm,
yeah, I definitely agree with UEFA. And though UEFA is not a perfect organization, again, with these corruption things going on in FIFA, it may be high time for another organization to take hold of the tournament
dang,
to get rid of this corruption once and for all. But that's
so
neither here than
fair.
there. So regardless of that, there should have been no way that that player was able to play in this game. If anything, he should have served at least a one match suspension and then could have been available in the next round.
Because he started,
He
right?
started
He
and played
started.
almost the entire game. So
Do you think it was karma?
I do think there is a little bit of karmic justice that happened here. And I also think FIFA making this decision also fueled Belgium's fire. This was literally
Mm-hmm.
the best match of football that Belgium has put together at the tournament so far.
Really? Wow.
Absolutely. Belgium
Okay.
looked like a completely different team. They were actually closing down, they were stringing passes together, they were dangerous in their attacks, and they capitalized on opportunities. And this is just not what we've been seeing from Belgium so far this tournament. Obviously, they had the one game where they smacked that team.
Yeah.
But other than that, they've been struggling to find a little bit of finishing form. They were relying on Lukaku's late goal and
Mm-hmm.
kind of changed the game for them in the last round because they came back late and won 2-1.
That's right.
So going off of that into this game, Belgium was playing with a newfound confidence and newfound fire. And so they may have lost the battle against FIFA, but they won the war on the pitch.
Yeah.
And inevitably, that's what mattered here. Belgium actually just said, you know what? Let your player play. It's not going to matter because we're going to play you off the
Yeah.
pitch.
Pulled
And
a 4-1 win.
4-1.
Resting a lot of their starting
De
players.
Bruyne didn't start. Dorgu didn't start.
Doku.
Doku, God, hey Dorgu, Doku didn't start. So yeah, it's actually crazy to think that Belgium essentially rested some key players, and we're still able to get this big of a result against the
Yeah.
United States. And the key thing with the United States, though, throughout the game, possession was relatively even. It's not like they were getting smacked around. They were still winning the ball and stringing passes together, but Courtois didn't necessarily have to make a bunch of key saves.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, again, the mistakes at the back cost the United States. I mean, the blunder from the goalkeeper, that was almost like a cartoonish error.
That was hard to watch
Yeah,
and rewatch.
yeah, multiple times. They kept
replaying
Yeah.
it.
So anyway,
Yeah.
hopefully it'll be all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just brutal. Like, obviously, you're the last man, you're the goalkeeper. You have to clear your lines, boot the ball up the field, let the team reorganize, refine the shape. But to make a mistake like that in a game of this magnitude, it's just
It's
unacceptable.
messy. It's messy. And it's
Yeah.
lazy. I mean, you shouldn't be like coming out that far also when
Yeah.
there's so many attacking players, I
Well,
feel
when
like.
he came out, I mean, he did a good job of like getting to the ball before the attacking player. I think that he did need to do that. But after that moment, clear your lines,
Mm,
get the ball up the field and regroup, because again, you're way outside of your goal. Like,
right.
at this point, like, yeah, it should have been more of a secure moment, but he took a risk and got punished for it. And I mean, the finish wasn't great. The defender had an opportunity to make a block as well, and he, decided to use the outside of his foot and this outside of his foot. And that was definitely one of those situations where you just throw your body at the ball.
Got it.
And I
Okay.
know, again, he was running backward. He was running facing his own goal. It was difficult. But yeah, it was just like a really elementary goal to give
Got
up.
it.
And
Dang.
then you could say the same for Lukaku's goal. Lukaku came on late in the game. He was a late sub for Belgium, and his goal came off another mistake from the United States team. Them essentially, again, just playing with the ball at the back and getting punished for it when they get
Why?
pressured.
Why do
I don't
teams
know.
do that? I don't get it at all.
Yeah, and it's just like, late game, you're down a goal or two goals. Your main objective is to be trying to get the ball up the field as fast as possible. So it's just another example of a team trying to overplay when you don't have time on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Portugal doing the same thing earlier today, where it's like, you're in the 90th minute, you're down a goal, and you guys are passing between the center backs, and no one wants to ping the ball into the box. It's like the same thing. The United States needed to ping the ball up the field, get the play moving quickly as they were trying to chase the game. But instead of
Mm-hmm.
that, it's all about how the football looks. So instead, they're trying to pass out and make it look cute to work their way down the field.
It doesn't have to be aesthetically pleasing.
No, it does not.
It does not.
It does not. If you score a goal in 3 passes, or if you score a goal in 20 count passes, guess what? They still count the exact same. It does not matter. And I think Belgium wasn't playing games. I mean, their first goal came off another blunder in error. I mean,
Oof.
letting the ball bounce in your own 18 is like cardinal defending 101. I
Yeah, because
mean,
that was the one where they crossed it like kind of right in front of the goal.
no, that was the
No,
second goal.
that was the
But
second
the
goal.
or no, that was the third. But the
Oh,
first,
okay.
wait, no, that was the second
Okay.
goal.
There's
There's
so
so many.
many.
The first goal was the one where it was kind of bouncing around, but the ball like popped straight up for a moment, and then there was like
That,
3 USA players around it, and all of them were just like, "Oh, you got it!" They were like the Spider-Man meme,
that's right.
and they all
That's
stood there, and the
right.
ball bounced, and the Belgian player came and grabbed it,
That's
and
right. 'Cause we were
yeah,
joking about the guy lying on his resume
yeah, he
because
was
he was
looking
just
around,
looking at
yeah,
everyone.
yeah, just crazy. And again, it's one of those moments where someone has to take responsibility. Even if you have to win the header over your own player, you got to get up and challenge for it. So letting the ball bounce in your own box, elementary mistake.
Dang.
So, that led to Belgium's first goal. Obviously, USA pulled one back off the set piece. Another brilliant direct set piece goal.
Mm-hmm.
I think his name is Tillman who scored that. So, really good for him to get a set piece goal, and that kind of made it a game when it was at 2-1 for a little while. But again, the United States didn't necessarily look dangerous.
No, they didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we weren't necessarily creating a lot of opportunities, like clear goal scoring opportunities.
Mm-mm.
And again, Courtois only had to make like one or two saves. So
Yeah, I don't really feel like the momentum went in the USA's favor at all. Like
yeah,
I feel
maybe
like,
possession wise, but
but
definitely not with like attacking
yeah, not
opportunities.
at
Yeah,
all. I
yeah.
kind of feel like every single time we were seeing the ball getting close to a goal, it was Belgium.
Yeah, and I mean Belgium had more shots, they had more big chances, they had more XG if you're a statistic person,
What does that
whatever.
mean?
Yeah, it's just like your chances created.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So essentially, just like your odds of being more likely to score was
Oh,
like also higher.
okay.
So yeah, so Belgium was leading on all fronts,
Dang.
of the attacking side of the game, and inevitably, like you got to score goals to win. So that's what it came down to. And Belgium,
Gotcha.
fair play to them. They had their best game of the tournament. They were the better footballing team on the day. And despite the controversy going into the game, Belgium stayed focused on what really mattered, which was the footballing element. And I think they made some bold decisions by benching De Bruyne, benching Doku, and letting some of their other younger players get an opportunity, and it ended up paying off for them.
Truly, yeah.
Yeah,
I know, yeah, you called that out immediately when the
yeah, I
game
was
started that they
shocked,
had so many
dead
young
shocked.
players on the pitch and like
Yeah,
because De Bruyne, did he even come on the field at
no, De
all?
Bruyne got rested,
Dang.
which is again insane that De Bruyne is going to be fully rested for the Spain game. So that
Yeah.
definitely speaks volumes to the strategy that Belgium was playing. So yeah, it definitely
Dang.
worked out.
Yeah.
It worked out for Belgium, and again, like 4-1, it does seem like a harsh scoreline for the United States, but Belgium was like clearly above them today, with the chances they created, with the opportunities they took, with the goals they were gifted. You just can't do those things on this stage. And ironically, the commentator was talking about that in the first half in reference the United States getting knocked out of the World Cup against Netherlands in the last World Cup. And
Mm,
he was indicating about how it was silly mistakes that led to some of the Netherlands goals. And he said that in the
repeat.
first half, and it was a little
Dang.
bit of commentator's curse because the exact same thing happened in the second half of the game.
Wow.
And it was again silly mistakes that put the game well without of reach for the United States.
Yeah.
And again, that was fucked up. What came to my head,
Oh.
but anyway, yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's a learning curve for the United States. Overall, I think Pochettino has done a decent job with the United States national team. They're playing better football than we've ever seen before. They've gotten better results than we've ever seen from a United States men's soccer team
Mm,
before. So I think they can definitely be proud of that. They've got a lot of young players, so we're going to see a lot of these guys again in the future. So I think the United States can have a lot of takeaways, positive takeaways from this tournament. For the United States Soccer Federation, my advice would be to trust Pochettino. Though this result wasn't ideal, I still think this is the best the United States has looked in a long time when it comes to football.
okay.
So I think he has surely earned more time. And hopefully in the next tournament, there won't be controversy with the president and all of that garbage, which distracts from the football.
Yeah, truly.
Because that's inevitably what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of controversy surrounding
Yeah.
it. And so are they the last host country to get knocked out, or is Canada still in
No,
it? Because Mexico got knocked out.
right, yeah. Here, let's look at the
I couldn't remember if
brackets.
Canada was still playing.
Let's see who's playing tomorrow. Tomorrow's Argentina, Egypt, and then yeah, no, Canada is out. They are out indeed.
Okay,
So
so
yeah,
that's all
the
host
United States was
countries.
the last host nation to be knocked out. That's right. Canada lost to Morocco. I forgot about that. That was a couple rounds
Oh,
back.
right, okay.
But yeah, so all the host nations have now been knocked out of the World Cup officially. The round of 16 was brutal for the host nations. Of the three, I mean, I definitely would say United States Mexico game would definitely go hard. I think
Yeah,
those teams are very good. I know it would just be a consolation, but
that would be
why
cool.
not run it? But anyway, yeah, the United States
Be
is
a big
officially,
rivalry right now.
yeah, facts. But the United States is officially knocked out of the World Cup. Fair play to Belgium. They were the better team on the day. All around, just the better team. So they got the dub. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
all three host nations are officially out of the World Cup.
Yep.
So yeah,
We'll see what happens
yeah,
next.
excited for the games tomorrow, and then excited for the quarterfinals. So the World Cup is moving right along.
So fast,
Yeah,
so
powering
quickly.
through
I'm like,
for
oh my
real. I
gosh.
know, right? Yeah, I know. It's
Watching like
been
6 games a day at the
I know,
beginning.
right? Yeah, we are blessed with football, man. It's so great. It's just the beautiful game. It's been a
Yeah,
lot of fun.
truly.
Been so many goals, so many exciting games, so
Yeah,
much controversy. And so yeah, it's going to be sad when it all wraps up. But
true.
until then, you know where to find us, giving our thoughts on the matches. So
Yep. So if you made it this far,
thanks for watching.
we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.